Welcome to the Smut Snatchers annual meeting of 2026. Today we are banning the words nut, knocker, and snatch. Of course, we'll have to change our heading on our group. You know, Smut Snatchers. We can't have that. It's banned, like certain words that you can't use on this platform. Oh my God, what are we going to talk about today? I'm trying to do these shows earlier and not waiting until 5 o'clock to do them. Where are my notes at? Nut, knocker, and snatch. Okay. January 31st, 2026. I still can't get that out of my head. I can't believe we're in 2026. I don't know what happened. It just seemed like yesterday it was 2006. You know, had just moved into my house, renovating. Mark was renovating the house. Mark Green. Long story. That's the man that passed away in the house. I think I did a show on that. You know what? Mildred, Children of the Corn, at my property at Lake Eufaula, at, what am I calling it now? Bellstar Farm. I'm not going to just sage the property. I'm going to use HESIP or something. I'm taking all precautions. I don't want any negative forces interfering with, developing that land into what I want to do, my Gen X, Saturday morning hideaway. We could do that. We could have Saturday morning shows, and we'd all meet at the main house, or where the interdimensionals are going to lodge for a month at a time. Long story. I won't even go into that. I got to have some place for them. They're going to show up anyway, so I might as well roll with it. Okay, what are we talking about today? What did I write down? Smut Snatchers. Oh, you beautiful doll. Does that have something to do with Trump? Something about beautiful doll? I don't want to get into that. I can't get political on this channel. I'll be demonetized. Girl, you're not even monetized yet. There's this guy. Before I say anything, I feel really bad. Anna's Adventures. She lost Roxy. She had Roxy for 17 wonderful years. It is very sad. I feel bad for Anna. She's a little bit younger than me. And she's on the road in her RV. And Roxy was her sidekick. Still is. I still believe that things come back to you, animals. So I hope and pray that Roxy and Anna will be reunited in some fashion. So, I feel bad for Anna. Make sure to watch her show. I really like her show. Anyway, getting back to my show. What is that? What we're going to talk about? Nut, knocker, and snatch? Is that all? Smut Snatchers on YouTube. That's okay. That's what we're talking about. So I'm learning quickly. There's a lot of things that can get you flagged and punished on Facebook, but only if you're monetized. I don't think they really care. They're watching people that are already monetized. I think what YouTube cares about is not offending potential advertisers, which are selling their, double-headed dildos, and power banks and, stuff like that. So I can get away with it now. I can get away with stuff because I'm not monetized. So I need to clean up my act. I need to not be so, offensive. I keep on thinking, the more offensive I am, the better views I'm going to get. But lately, that hasn't been the situation. The only thing I can't figure out, I did a show about a week ago. It was Gen X something. She's doing that. Do you know what she's doing? She's flushing the dog turds down the toilet. I figured it out. Chiquita. I figured out what do I call her? Not the mole. Turd. What? I figured out what the turd's doing. First she plays with the turds and then she flushes them down the toilet. I don't know how these thoughts get in my mind. I'm just going to blame it on the interdimensionals. But anyway, I found this. Look at this. Can you see it? That's me. Probably 1974, 5. But my question is, how did this sweet little boy end up like this? This evil one. Gen X, help me figure this out. How did this happen? I don't know. I don't know what happened. Something happened. But what we're going to talk about, I keep forgetting. I didn't even write down what we were going to talk about. I am following this gal. She's my age. She looks younger though. Kind of like Anna. Anna's was a little bit younger. I think she's 56, 57. But these women look 12. I don't get it, why they look so damn young. And then the men, like me, are so bloody old. I have the beard, right? It's to hide the double chin, which I'm very uncomfortable with. I need that clip that I see on TV that clips that skin back. It clips all the skin back real tight. That's what I need. So, okay, getting back to, I am all over the place today, this morning. Is it morning still? I forgot what her name is, as usual. But she lives, I think, in Albuquerque. And she bought an RV, and she's prepping it. And what is significant, you just can't just decide to be a nomad and buy an RV and go. She bought it, and she had to, what was it today? It was the tanks. Her propane tanks were leaking. There's all these things that you got to check. You got to go through everything. Everything like that. The electrical, the heat. You got to think of a backup situation, which she did. She has a Jackery, I think. Something like a Jackery. And she plugged in like a heater just to see how long it would last. See, stuff like that. You need to do all this stuff. And what she's going to do, she's going to go ahead and live in a trailer park for a few months, just to get used to the lifestyle, and renovate that RV, which I think is a good move. That's what I would do. She did disclose that she bought some land. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But you know how I feel about all that stuff. I want to develop my land at Lake Eufaula. It's going to be similar to that in a way, but there's protection in numbers. And I want to do something like an alternative nursing home for Gen X. I don't want to end up at I did end up at a nursing home. I told y'all about that story. So it's not going to be that. It's going to be similar to what she's doing, but she's buying raw land. I mean, there's not going to be any services, no electric, nothing. So it'll be interesting to see what she does. But I think it's near Albuquerque. It must be somewhere between Santa Fe and Albuquerque. But my project at Lake Eufaula is going to be a lot different. I don't know. We're all on different paths. Well, I guess I'll conclude the show for today. I got to think of something to say. Oh, I just did. And keep your wigs on straight. And don't throw anyone under the bus unless you look back and remember that used to be this. Let's get it closer for you to see. This sweet little boy from 1975. Okay, bye-bye now.